Hey gang, welcome to Dutch Grinds and Good Times. In today's episode, we explore an ancient lo'ikalo tucked just below H3. We'll take a look at how the H3 has affected this land and the traditions tied to it. Then we link up with our friend Ama for some mean smoked meat. She's going to teach us hands-on traditional hunting techniques with dogs and knives. But first, let's meet my buddy Mark and harvest some food. Let's get into it. All right, Mark, what you going to make us?
Okay, so we're preparing to make laupele stew for the kids. This is the laupele plant here. It comes in a purple and green variety or just a straight green variety. Both of them are very, very healthy. We have both growing here. We usually cut the stalks depending on the size of the plant. We want to cut these down and keep them a little bit lower so they're at a height for us to harvest. So we're going to trim these down low. And then these are the leaves that we want to harvest. Yeah, these big leaves right here.
Yeah.
And so we want to pull these down and harvest. Usually we'll break this tip off and it stimulates for the rest of the plant to grow here because we're going to cut this into sections and stalks.
Right.
And then we're going to replant. So it's
Plant
a
'em
really
like
good,
tea.
yeah, very good to grow at home. And you can be very creative and cook it in many different ways. Comparable to luau in nutritional value. And you'll find out that it tastes just as good.
All right,
Okay.
I can't wait to find out.
Yeah.
Get into it. Yeah. Mark and I are about to prep these laupele leaves to eat with some poi. Before the poi gets pounded, Ama's rolling in with some smoked meat from her hunt, ready to trade.
How's it? I'm Ama. I'm heading to Uncle Mark's farm right now to bring him some smoked meat. Usually I trade for fish, but I heard he has poi, so I'm really excited. I've been hunting for around 8 years under Uncle Lee John Saragosa. I did start originally from eradicating animals because I really have a passion for native and Hawaiian plants, especially endemic ones that only exist here. So I started shooting goats on the west side, but I heard about running dogs with knife, and ever since I started, I never looked back. I love running dogs. The pig I'm bringing for Uncle Mark now, they're from Lower Halafa Valley. It's a place that I really cherish and my dogs are very familiar with. So, for a living, I do tattoos and I tattoo out of 808 Tattoo Kaneohe, tattooing native plants, flowers, lots of lei. I tattoo a lot of hunting trophies, so boar jaws, racks from bucks that people catch in Molokai, their favorite fish, pau-pau, alua tails. That's my favorite thing to tattoo and to bring to memory. So I'm really glad that I can marry those two ideas and lives together. When I first started posting my hunting videos, a lot of people are super upset because everything I had was art and things. So I think people don't want to see it. So I was getting like death threats, like people saying they were gonna skin me alive. A lot of people are very disconnected with where meat actually comes from. So when I catch pigs in the mountains, I know exactly when it died. I know what it was eating. I know how big it was. I know the gender. I know everything about this pig, how it was taken care of, how it was processed. And to me, that feels really good because a lot of the things in the stores are filled with chemicals. They're not clean meat. So many animals just being injected with crazy toxic things that people would rather do. They just don't want to see the reality of it. When truly we're saving a lot of the environment and eating the food after. We definitely need a balance. And my personal opinion is that as human beings, we are a part of this food chain. The animal kingdom is actually a very brutal place. The way that we do it is a quick kill for the most part, and retaining all the meat, not wasting anything is super important. So I don't really see a problem. Boy, Uncle Mark,
Hey.
I get smoked meat for you.
Hey, how's it, Ama? Come inside.
I'm really excited to bring these to Uncle Mark because he has so much to teach and so much knowledge. I really love learning about the history of these areas because it's very heavy. All the protests that were happening with the Matthews family, Mark's family, being some of the original families that protested against the H3 freeway. Thank you for having us.
My pleasure.
Hey, how's it?
Hi.
Uncle Dad? Yeah.
Okay. I brought a lot of smoked meat for you guys, actually.
Oh, We are within the Ahop of Kaneohe Luluku. Ama is bringing us pig or pua'a from Halava, which is on the opposite side of the ko'olaus of us. And we're going to trade some kalo and some banana and some ulu. And she's giving us some pua'a from Halava Valley.
Oh, beautiful.
And then we're going to ku'i kalo so you can take some pa'iai home.
Oh, mahalo.
Yeah. No, mahalo for this.
Of course.
This is from
Let's go over here where the girls are pounding taro. And you can jump in with kupa'a, Ama.
First, you need to know what hand you're going to use to grab the stone with. So, which one's your dominant hand? Your left or your right?
this one.
Okay, so you're going to use your right hand and you can hold the stone now. I already got you kind of started. What you're going to do is you're going to use your left hand, hold the piece of taro that you're trying to pound, and you just gently use the corner and kind of smoosh it. Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect.
Ooh, this is mushy and warm.
While pounding poi, water is added constantly to keep the texture smooth, sticky, and at the right thickness. Mark's daughter Kupa'a is telling Ama how to do it.
If you start sticking to the board a lot, you can use your left hand, because your left hand's only going to be that's the only hand that can touch the food and the water. Okay, you can put water around your board, so it stops sticking so much.
Got it.
Okay, you see how she's stroking it kind of slightly like that?
Yeah.
So you can start to do that too. When it looks like it's ready for you to eat, that's when it's good to go.
Looks good now. I think before anybody eats poi, they really should have to do this first before they don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
If I have a kid and then they waste poi, I'm gonna be so upset. I'm gonna make them learn.
Oh, thank you, Ho'o. Yeah. So that's the laupele with the smoked meat that you brought over.
Sharing food is more than filling our plates. It's a moment to slow down, to be thankful, and to come together. Here in Hawaii, we are lucky to live on a land that still feeds us, just as it did our ancestors. When we care for this Aina, we honor them, and we make sure these traditions continue for generations still to come.
Okay, thank you. I gotta go work.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's good. Ready for go sleep now.
Yeah. I just got some poi, ulu, and bananas from Uncle Mark. I'm super stoked. Tired of eating pig. I love a good trade to balance my diet out a little bit. So there's a bunch of ways to hunt, but my favorite by far is running dogs and knife, because I love the partnership that I have with my dogs and raising them and watching them get good. It is a process. We'll go in the mountains, we have our dogs. All the dogs have different jobs. Some will track them, some will anchor, some are just helpers. And then we come in and then we poke it with our knives and then we'll pack the thing out. Once we get home, we gotta debone it. So we'll take all the different parts of the pig we wanna take. I'll give some of the meat to the dogs. So after all that, you're looking at maybe over 20 hours of work. So I did all of that for some bananas and poi. So I think Mark is coming out pretty good in this trade.
Up next, as we walk through the ancient Lo'i farms, Mark shows how the word ohana is rooted in the plants and how the H3 has left its mark on this land.
Emergencies happen.
If your pet gets sick or injured, don't hesitate for a second.
Call Pet Animal Hospital for all your urgent care needs every day from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Our team of doctors and technicians here at PetVet treat your pets as if they were our own.
You can also rely on PetVet for regular exams, consultations, spays, neuters, vaccines, microchipping, dentistry, x-rays, and ultrasound.
We have boarding with 24-hour staffing, options for group play, and even birthday parties.
We're in Salt Lake Shopping Center.
Stop by soon and let us give you a tour.
Aloha, David Silva Tires Today.
We're dedicated to your business. Semi-trucks to forklifts, we have the right tires for every machine, including premium excavator tracks. Shipping to all islands. Call us for same-day delivery. We're passionate about lowering your downtime and cost with durable products at fair prices. At Tires Today, we truly care about your business.
At EcoWash Hawaii, they not only detail, but they also offer the revolutionary ceramic nano coating that lasts years, doesn't need to be waxed, stays cleaner, and keeps its beautiful gloss. Have a coating from another dealer that isn't performing? EcoWash can fix it. At EcoWash, they also specialize in odor, mold, and mildew removal, water spot removal, and sanitizing. Plus, they sell detailing supplies. A veteran-owned business, EcoWash has been serving Hawaii since 2011. EcoWashHawaii.com.
Welcome back to Dutch Grinds and Good Times. Earlier, we pounded some poi and learned the ways of hunting pig with dog and knife. Now Mark takes us to an ancient lo'i, sharing its history and the traditions that continue to live in this land.
On it. This whole area was littered with all kinds of remnants of the past. But all of these lowlands are ancient lo'i lands. And then you can kind of see remnants of the awai coming through where the water is. So like all these little elevation changes are lo'i walls. Oh, really? Yeah, that are covered in this area. So this is a big grass area, and the grass will indicate to us, kind of telling us a little bit of how the soil is. And sometimes it'll tell us what this land was used for. So a lot of the time the grass is telling me it's good to plant. That's farmland. You come in and it's all kinds of thorny plants and different kinds of trees. That's telling you a different condition. But this is like pasture land almost. You can almost think maybe cows were grazing here. But in actuality, there's ancient walls running across this whole area of here that were hidden. They were hidden for many years.
As we explore this lo'i, Mark shares not just its history, but the challenges the community faced when the H3 was built, and how they persevered to keep their connection to the land.
So we made it through an eviction, and then we were able to plant kalo as we waited, for the determination of what's going to happen with this land. We just kept planting taro. And we continued to do what our elders always did, bring families and children to the land. Yeah. So these are all the ancient walls and remnants of the past. Okay, so this taro is telling us that it's starting to mature. It's starting to drop down, and I can see that it has a cluster of taro around it now. Yeah, this is the first taro that we planted as a single seedling, and it grows, it lives its life, it becomes a makua, becomes a parent, and it starts to have its oha, or its keiki. And when you have more than one oha or more than one keiki, we call that ohana, right? So this is where the word ohana came from, is from the growth of the kalo. And the makua and its relationship to the oa is very symbolic of us as parents to our children.
So this here we're standing on is an ancient lo'i that Mark believes is about 1,200 years old, yeah?
Yeah, it was dated back, earlier than 1000 AD. And there's remnants of these walls.
Yeah.
Extend all the way under the like.
It hits me that my ancestors were right here working this same land generations ago.
So these are some of the ancient walls that are still existing, part of the Luluku Terrace system. This wall is probably around 6 feet high. You can see how high it is over there. And it's amazing that they've been standing, possibly over 1,000 years.
In our ancestors' hands.
Yes, exactly. And their love and their aloha is why this was built. And that aloha is still stored in the land, and that's what we really ultimately are trying to protect, because that's really on the other side of our healthy taro is the blessings of our kupuna helps that taro to be healthy too. So we're fortunate to be here. We work with Department of Transportation and Office of Hawaiian Affairs to gain access back to these lands to provide for our communities again. So we're grateful to be here with you Dutz, and spend this time.
I'm grateful for you, because otherwise this might all be houses.
Yeah, and it was the kupuna who stood and held those signs long ago. When we were younger, this was the big fight at that time, was the H3, and decades have gone by, and I think a lot of people have forgotten about the impacts that have happened, but we're still standing here waiting for what's due back to our community. When the H3 was going to be built, they really didn't have open community meetings or get it out to the public that these meetings are being held. It was very kind of huna and quiet. You were lucky if you heard about it. So my kupuna, who farmed up in this area, had a very intimate relationship with this specific land here that found out that they were going to construct the H3. And he asked his wife to not let them do this. This is my kupuna, Caroline Sanchez. And she held signs with a few other women. They were on the news, and that started the process for saving this Aina here. Amongst others that stood and held their signs, my kapuna lost her son at an early age, and her husband would come to this land to mourn their son's loss, and this is where they spent time with their son. And so when the H3 was going to come through, that was it was beyond words of what that was going to do to them in relation to their connection to this land, to their children. And so I always think about sacrifice that has been made for us from long ago, even to our kapuna, standing and holding those signs through that loss. We would not be here today helping the kids. So she would be happy to know all the things I feel, I don't want to say confident, but I feel she would be happy to know that kids and families are coming to the land. Yeah, and it's preserved, exactly.
Up next, we harvest kalo.
Okay, so this is the kalo. Now we want to leave all this lepo
Yeah.
and all the hulu hulu.
So don't go anywhere.
At EcoWash Hawaii, they not only detail, but they also offer the revolutionary ceramic nano coating that lasts years, doesn't need to be waxed, stays cleaner, and keeps its beautiful gloss. Have a coating from another dealer that isn't performing? EcoWash can fix it. At EcoWash, they also specialize in odor, mold, and mildew removal, water spot removal, and sanitizing. Plus, they sell detailing supplies. A veteran-owned business, EcoWash has been serving Hawaii since 2011. EcoWashHawaii.com.
Aloha, David Silva Tires Today.
We're dedicated to your business. Semi-trucks to forklifts, we have the right tires for every machine, including premium excavator tracks. Shipping to all islands. Call us for same-day delivery. We're passionate about lowering your downtime and cost with durable products at fair prices. At Tires Today, we truly care about your business.
We love our pets in Hawaii, but we don't always pick up after them. Now, you don't have to. Got Poo Pet and Waste Removal Services provides on-site waste cleanup, odor removal, walking services, boarding, and more. Accumulated pet waste is unhealthy for you and your pet. Got Poo is the solution. We pick up that nobody else wants. Call us today at 497-9273 to schedule for your Pooper Scooper service. Got Poo Pet and Waste Removal Services. We help keep your pets healthy and your neighbors happy.
Welcome back to Dutch Grinds and Good Times. Let's get back to harvesting with Mark.
The gestation or the duration of growth for this kalo is around 14 to 16 months.
Oh.
And, you know, when I first started farming taro, I always used to hear about 9 to 12 months.
Right.
So as we learned about taro, there's many, many different varieties of taro. And there's 9-month varieties of taro like lehua, and other varieties like moe can be ready at 14 to 16 months, but can stay in the ground for another 6 months.
Yeah, these are
Almost
huge.
like food storage in the ground.
So these, you think these are about a year?
These are a little bit over a year, 12 to 14 months, yeah.
Okay, that wugger right there.
Yeah, this is the guy we want you to get right here.
All right.
As you can see, the corm is sticking out here.
Yeah.
So one of the ways we know the kalo is mature is that we can kind of spin it around and pull it out of the ground. It has less roots.
Okay.
So we never kind of want to grab it by the haw, because that's what we're going to plant.
You're going to replant,
So
yeah.
you're going to grab down here. You hear the roots?
Yeah.
So try spin it around in a circle and see if you can get the roots to come out. So this is where we can come in with our feet. Let me get it. Yeah.
A big one.
Stomp right around that area.
Oh, is that the technique?
That's the technique.
Oh, I love it.
There you go.
I love it.
There it is. That's the kalo there. Okay, so this is the kalo. Now we want to leave all this lepo
Yeah.
and all the hulu hulu, because all of this
Nutrient.
is going to go back for the next generation to grow. Everything that lives must die, and what it leaves behind can help new life grow. Yeah, throw it right back inside the patch.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we can go to the stream, and we'll clean that off. And that guy is probably going to make us around 3 pounds of flour right there.
That thing.
Okay, so just put the kalo in. So this is the ha, and this is the lao. If we're not going to eat the lao, the luau leaf, then it goes back into the earth, and the earth consumes it, and it turns into nutrients for our next growth of generation of taro to grow. So if it's healthy, we're going to save it to plant, which I can see there's still some vigor in this guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to cut my leaf above here. And then if we're not going to replant again, we usually will break it at the top and cook the whole taro, because there's meat all the way up into the side here. But if we are going to plant it again, I'm going to cut it right below this line here called the kofina. And you can see those little eyes growing there. That's going to be baby taro that's going to grow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm going to put my knife inside there. I'm going to wiggle my collar like this. And this is what we plant again right there. So that's the huli. This is our bank account. No more money in the bank, but we get huli bank. That's the dye. And we're going to Instapot or pressure cook it for around an hour. And usually if we know we're going to eat kalo tomorrow, we're going to cook it today.
Up next, we learn how Mark is passing down Hawaiian traditions to Aina Aloha Da Lima Hana.
I don't hear anything coming from you guys. Ayo! Yeah! Okay, now we're talking.
Today, what we're doing is, since we're going on a big island trip, we are making kalua pigs so we can sell, so we can raise money for our trip.
Haumana, what is the brown that you see? Very good.
Our haumana are learning about imu and the science behind making an imu and the energy transfer that happens in that process.
They really enjoyed recording the sequence as the dirt came out, and then they got to learn about the burlap bags and how that steam is created by the banana leaves.
First, our step was to dig up dirt, and then we had to dig up tarp, and we had to huli. And if you don't know what huli is, you have to pass something down to another person, and they keep passing it on until you get to the spot that you want to put it in.
So we did an imu today so that we could learn about our ohana and our history about natives and everything.
So this is a really awesome hands-on experience for the students. They're learning how to just makahana ka'ike. They're part of the work. They're not just selling tickets, but they're also being a part of creating that imu and cooking the kalua pig for all of their supporters so that they can go to the Big Island in March.
I feel really good right now to be here, and I feel really confident that we're gonna learn a lot today, and that the food's gonna taste good.
Listen, Sean. Watch, listen. Leg, slap.
We at Kaneohe Elementary School, we have a partnership with Uncle Mark and his ohana at their farm, Aina Aloha Ona Lima Hana. We've had this partnership for about 3 to 4 years, where we bring our haumana twice a month to the farm to learn various lessons at the farm, as well as integrating lessons that we've done in the classroom to the Aina.
And through all of that hana and bonding, that builds stronger relationships, which then translates to better test scores in the classrooms.
We're also doing a play about Keahiaka Hoi, and right now we're in like the middle section.
So behind me here is a mountain peak, part of our Kaneohe Ahupua'a, called Keahiaka Hoi. And this year, one of our big projects with our haumana is that we are going to be doing a play of Keahiaka Hoi on stage at our school.
The reason why we're doing a play is really that is a grounding project for us to integrate different standards, science standards and social studies standards. Through this play, the kids learn about their ahupua'a, the roles and responsibilities of people within their ahupua'a, and different wahi within Kaneohe.
We want our students to be more connected and have pilina with their spaces, and we thought this would be a great way to engage them in that.
So my favorite thing in the world is coming to the Aina, getting dirty, and learning about the creatures.
One of the best things that I can learn from here and know about is the way to treat others and how to treat the land.
I just want to say mahalo to Mark and his ohana for their hard work taking care of this Aina for generations to come.